And welcome in to Lady Wildcat State Playoff Softball on Lee County News and Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. I'm Dawn Morgan, and welcome in to a beautiful softball Saturday here at Wildcat Field in Lovington. This is a must-win situation with the first round of the state playoffs for softball being a one and done. You win, you move on to the state tournament next week in Albuquerque, or technically Rio Rancho, and you lose and your season is done. So Lovington comes in seeded number 6 in this tournament, and Moriarty is here seeded number 11. So it's a 6-11 matchup here, and very happy to welcome in Moriarty and to welcome you in to watching and listening on Lee County News and Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. So we will start with the introduction of players, and we'll start off with Actually, I'm going to start off with our Lovington girls and give you the information about our players here today. So batting first will be number 3, Avery Marquez in center field. Number 4 is Honey Morales, your designated player, batting second. Batting third is number 2, Anahi Quiroga, your catcher. Batting fourth will be number 9, Jocelyn O'Gean, is your first baseman. Batting fifth is number 13, Angelina Corral, your third baseman. Batting sixth will be number 7, Annalise Chavarria in left field. Batting seventh is number 5, Leila Hernandez, playing shortstop. Batting eighth is number 14, Chloe Corral, playing right field. And batting ninth is number 15, Sabri Sanchez, who's playing second base. And number 11, Daphne Urahara, is your flex player, and she is your starting pitcher. The reserve for Lovington, the bench players today, the reserve players, number 1, Bethany Tavera, number 6, Zimri Ellis, number 16, Yaya Garcia, and two players, number 10, Malaya Castro, and number 17, Zabri Rodriguez, are actually on the injured list and will not be playing in today's game. But thoughts and prayers and good wishes going out to both of those girls and their families, hoping for a speedy recovery. Zabri Rodriguez hurt her knee in one of the last 2 games, the doubleheader against Artesia, to end the regular season, and it's not known whether if Lovington wins today and moves on next week, if Zabri would be available. It looks like Malaya Castro has continued issues from a concussion that she got playing at Goddard in Roswell, and she continues to try to recover from the inner ear swelling, and they are apparently seeking, more medical help for her, as she has not been released to go back to school, or certainly not to play with the team. So, again, well wishes to everybody. Now, for our visiting Moriarty girls, batting first will be number 15, Avery Bandy at shortstop. Batting second is number 8, Ainsley Milligan at first base. Batting third is number 6, Isabella Gallegos, your pitcher. Batting fourth is number 12, Leah Pacheco at second base. Batting fifth is number 10, Julie Autry in center field. Batting sixth is number 7, Sienna Rios at third base. Batting seventh is number 4, Lillian Chavez in left field. Batting eighth is number 11, Megan Lipke, who is your catcher. And number 9, batting ninth, that is number 2, Aubrey Shelby, the designated player. And number 13, Leslie Marino, is your flex player, playing in right field for Moriarty. The reserve players or bench for Moriarty are number 3, Mackenzie Cook, number 20, Laura Stewart, and number 14, Antoinette Tumale. So those are the girls, and of course your Moriarty girls, our head coach is P. Gallegos, and of course Coach McCraw is your coach for the head coach, that is, for your Hobbs Lady Wildcats. All right, let's take a break and have the national anthem. Be back with more Lovington Lady Wildcat Softball.
Attention shoppers, Bob's Thriftway welcomes you to Lovington, New Mexico. This week you'll save big on grocery items throughout their store. Save big on produce, household items, bread products, and meats. Every week, Bob's Thriftway has big savings for their customers. Bob's Thriftway is your local hometown grocery store. So for the freshest produce, the best meats, shop Bob's Thriftway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington.
IPS Incorporated is a proud member of this community. IPS is the turnkey solution in the oil patch. One call to IPS for your upstream and midstream solutions, comprising of dirt work, electrical, pumping, and crane service, plus your automation and control, is all handled with one call. One call for every aspect of your oil and gas project. Google IPS Hobbs or simply call 393-1417. IPS, the turnkey one-call oil and gas company.
Eunice Pump and Supply has been around for over 30 years and is excited to continue their services to the community. They take pride in their employees and their hard work and dedication, and most importantly, take pride in the youth of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply is a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, another proud supporter of Lee County athletics.
Lasco Construction is a proud partner in education in Lee County. Lasco Construction is your hometown construction company. Lasco Construction encourages you and business owners to support Tatum, Jow, Lovington, Eunice, and Hobbs businesses. Buy as much as you can locally, which is why Lasco Construction always supports the youth of Lee County. Lasco Construction supports you. Call 393-9161 for all your construction needs. Support your community.
And welcome back to Lovington Lady Wildcat State Playoff Softball on Lee County News and Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. I'm Dawn Morgan from Wildcat Field, where the facilities are excellent, I have to say, especially when it comes to the media booth. And it's so nice to come back from a situation outside, sort of in the wilds, in the wind, with the sun directly into the camera and into our faces. At Alamogordo for Hobbs softball yesterday afternoon and evening, to come in and actually, have this kind of media facility up here in the booth. And Mrs. Corral is up here and is always very helpful. She was today. And it's neat as a pin. I tell you, this is also the cleanest press box that we ever see all year long anywhere. So thank you so much. We do appreciate it. And that's not a slub against any of our other Lee County facilities. They've always usually, in fact, the last time I was in the Hobbs booth, it was really, really good. So thank you very much. All right, now let's get things started as we are here through talking about house cleaning. And let's get this state playoff softball game underway. Avery Bandy, your first batter up for Moriarty, and the first pitch is in, a call, strike one, with Udahara on the mound, Quiroga behind the plate, Olguin at first, Sanchez at second, Angelina Corral at third, and Hernandez at shortstop, Chavarria Marquez and Chloe Corral left to right in the field. Second pitch, a call, strike two, beautiful pitch by Udahara, catching the outside corner with a little heat on it as well. 0-2 on Bandy now. And that misses high and up and outside for ball one. So 1-2 on Avery Bandy, your shortstop for Moriarty, leadoff batter, right-handed batter. And I think everything looks good on the camera. I do believe we're good to go there. And there is a strike, a swing and a miss, as I make sure that we catch your third base as well as first base on there, trying to make sure that we've got that both on the video. So there you go. So one out as strikeout. Bandy struck out, went down swinging though. And so one out, nobody on. And the first pitch is in, and it is a strike. So 0-1 the count now. One out, nobody on. Milligan up to the plate. Number 8, Ainsley Milligan, playing first base for Moriarty. That is going to just miss the outside corner. Nice pitch, though. It broke just a little too much to be a strike, but almost hit that corner. 1-1 the count now on Milligan. And that is going to miss a little bit, a little high. I think it crossed the inside corner, but may have been just a tad high. So Lovington thought that might have looked good as well. So 2-1 the count. Swing and a miss as a beautiful breaking ball over the outside corner. Had Milligan swinging behind the ball because Udahara bringing the heat as well. And broke right over the outside corner. So 2-2 the count now on Milligan. One out, nobody on. Beautiful pitch again. And swing and a miss and strikeout number 2. So Daphne really on her game already this morning. Looking good. Isabella Gallegos, your pitcher, coming up to the plate. Batting in that third slot for Moriarty. Right-handed batter. Looks ready to hit, and she watches the outside one. Just missed the corner for ball one. 1-0 the count. Gallegos is at the plate. Pacheco on deck. Autry in the hole if they get that far. Lovington would like to end this at bat for Moriarty right now, right here. A high pop fly stays in the infield. Coming under it, Sanchez at second base and grabs it right behind second base for the third out. So a pop out to the second baseman for the third out. 3 up, 3 down. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. We go to the bottom of the first. Lovington coming up to the bat, and of course, no score yet. The Lady Cats want to change that. So we will be back with Lovington Lady Wildcats State Playoff Softball on Lee County News and Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com.
Lasco.
Introducing a smarter, easier way to manage your Lee County Electric account. It is called Smart Hub. Now you can pay your bill anywhere, anytime, with 24-hour access to your account. It is free and simple to use. Just search for the Smart Hub app on your cell phone or device and download the free app, or go to our website at lcecnet.com and look for the Smart Hub logo to view your account or pay your bill online. Managing your Lee County Electric account conveniently and securely with Smart Hub. Lee County Electric, owned by those we serve.
And welcome back to Lovington Lady Wildcats State Playoff Softball on Lee County News and Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. As we go to the bottom of the first inning, Lovington with their first at-bat on the way. And we are scoreless so far early on in this game, this first round of the state playoffs. Winner moves on and plays in Albuquerque next week, technically Rio Rancho, really. And the loser's season is done. And sometimes it's with these playoff games, when it's a much higher seed playing a lower seed, the tendency sometimes is for teams to take that lower seed for granted, and you really can't do that because they will come up and surprise you. And after a really good season with the one and done format that they have, it's certainly it makes things heartbreaking, for teams that have played really well all season, and then they get into this do or die game, and funny things happen. And so we're, of course, the Lovington girls are looking very good so far. We'll see what they can do at the bat today. They need to get them swinging and to get some scores in. I am taking a look at that bracket next week for you, and I'll take a look at that in greater detail here in just a few minutes. Let's get back to the action here. So bottom of the first with Avery Marquez up to the plate first for Lovington, and she hits the first one she sees, but it's a line drive shot right out to center field, and it is caught. So Autry, that's Julie Autry out there in center field who made that catch. So 1 pitch, 1 out, but Marquez making solid contact. So I think she'll be hitting that ball later on. So a fly out to center field for the first out. And Honey Morales at the plate, designated player. So she is not playing in the field to start the game, but she is batting in that number 2 slot. First pitch is outside for ball 1. So 1 out, 1-0 count. Bottom of the first, she shows bunt, lays a nice one down. It rolls a little hard and rolls foul, so tilted that bat just a hair too much. Becomes strike 1, but still a nice attempt as Honey Morales with a lot of speed. She, by the time that rolled foul, she was just about at first base. So, she definitely is capable of getting on base with a hit or a bunt. We'll see if she tries the bunt again with a 1-1 count now. Nope, it's swing away time, and that misses a little bit high for ball number 2. Looked like it was over the plate, but 2-1. So, again, let's see. On the mound is Gallegos for Moriarty. And that pitch is going to miss, ball 3. So 3-1 the count now is Gallegos in the circle. And let's see, behind the plate is Lipke. And at first base, is Milligan. This pitcher takes quite a bit of time getting ready to pitch, and that worked a little against Honey Morales, who's anxious to hit. And that pitch might or might not have been called a strike, but the count is full now, 3-2 on Morales, trying to get on base for Lovington. Oh, beautiful hit right up the middle. A grounder goes out to center field. Autry makes the stop, throws the ball in, and holds Honey Morales on first, but a well-hit single. And Lovington is in business with a runner on base. Brings up number 2, Anaí Quiroga, your catcher, to the plate. 1 out, 1 on. As Lovington wants to get those bats, keep those bats swinging, and to bring Morales in, try to get some runs on the board early on against Moriarty. Of course, these two teams not playing each other at all this season. And there's a nice little infield that is going to be muffed by the shortstop there as she tried to, it died in front of her, and Bandy got the, had the glove turned the wrong way to be able to pick that up. And certainly it went off of her glove out into left field. So Quiroga reaches on an error, an E6. Morales moves to second, and that brings up to the plate Jocelyn O'Gean, cleanup hitter for Lovington. And Zimmery Ellis will be the courtesy runner for Quiroga, your catcher, at first. So Ellis for Quiroga. And she's been substitute running for Quiroga all season. Oh, and there's a ground ball over to third. And luckily, O'Gean got on her horse and made it down to first because the force was on as the third baseman fielded that ball. Rios picked it up and touched third base for the force out for the first out, then threw to first, trying to get O'Gean on the double play, and O'Gean beat it out. So O'Gean reaches on a fielder's choice. The leadoff run was cut off, 5 unassisted for out number 2. And Ellis is on second, O'Gean on first, and the first pitch is in on Corral, and it's a ball. So 2 outs now, 2 on. Runners at first and second for Lovington. They need to get a 2-out rally going here. Don't strand them, bring them in. And that is going to miss low and inside. Looked like Lipke was going to lose that, and the runners bounced off a little bit but scampered back. So ball number 2, as that was low in the dirt. It is true dirt here. Lovington baseball and softball fields, not artificial surface, but well kept and in good shape. Oh, and that is going to get away from Lipke. That's a low ball, ball 3, and that will advance the runner. So Ellis is now on third, O'Gean on second, and Corral at the plate with a 2-0 count. Oh, no, 3-0 count. So I missed writing one of those down. So 3-0, 3-0 count. Hey, I've got a scorebook, right? Just hadn't written it in my book yet. And 3-0 count is going to be high and outside. It'll miss for a walk, and that loads the bases. And that will bring up number 7, Anaí Chavarria, your left fielder, to the plate with a great opportunity to bring her teammates around and in. 2 outs, bases loaded, bottom of the first inning, scoreless so far, but Lovington would like to change that right here. Chavarria at the plate, Hernandez on deck, and Chloe Corral in the hole. First pitch is up. It's a floater, stays high for ball 1. 1-0 the count. As I continue to look at the book here. And Moriarty's coach wants to talk about something. I guess she wants to just make sure that she knows that her players know there are 2 outs and bases are loaded. There's a force on any base and kind of what to do in certain situations with certain hits. So we're just going to keep that right here, and I'll continue to fill out my field diagram for our visitors here, as in left field, Chavis, and in right field, Marino. So Chavis and Autry in center, and then Marino in right. So back to play now. All right. So the ump has everything squared away, bases loaded, 2 outs, and Chavarria at the plate. And that's going to miss outside for ball number 2. So 2-0 the count. 2-0. Bases loaded. Great opportunity for Lovington to put some runs across the board. And Gallegos on the mound for Moriarty is a very deliberate worker. She takes her time finally delivering that pitch, and it is going to be a call strike on the outside corner. I tell you, Chavarria flinched on it, and she thought it was going to be outside, and really it did look out a little outside to me, but the ump called the corner. As long as he calls the corner equally on both pitchers, I'm not a problem, and that is a call strike 2. That was the same pitch, but with some heat taken off of it, sort of an off-speed breaking ball over the outside corner to even up the count on Chavarria. And she's got to feel some tremendous pressure on those shoulders with, oh, and nice. She handled that pressure well with a hit right up the middle. Line drive single, an RBI single for Chavarria. Just like that, Lovington is on the board, 1-0. So an RBI single moves all the runners around. Ellis came in, courtesy runner for Quiroga, and scored. And Olguin's on third, Corral is on second, and Chavarria is on first. So 1-0 now. Lovington leading, bottom of the first, 2 outs. Bases still loaded. And let's see. There is no pitching change, but I think there is a little. Oh, Jocelyn, okay, a little equipment. They're stopping for her. She ran into that. She's walking it off a little bit. She ran into trying to get to third base and to make sure she wasn't thrown out. And she ended up with just a little bit of a limp and a little bit. She's walked it off, and she looks okay. She's standing on third base now. So Lovington has enough injuries. They don't need any more in the lineup, right? They certainly want and hope that Zabry Rodriguez, who has been the number 2 pitcher for Lovington all season, hopefully is back from her injury if Lovington moves on into the state tournament next week, and we certainly hope that they do. And that is going to, it's going to cross the outside corner. So this ump is calling that outside corner. So the Lovington girls have got to be aware of that. They've got to look at it really well. And if it's close and they think it's going to be over the corner, they better swing at it. It's going to be called a strike. That is picked up by Hernandez, and it hits in shallow left field, bobbled out there by Chavez. That's going to score 1. It'll score 2. So it was bobbled, but it would have been a single anyway. So it's going to be an RBI single because she stopped it, but then I think it will say that the runners advanced on the error. So she stopped it, but she didn't throw it. So Olguin and Corral cross the plate. Chavarria is on second, and Hernandez on first, still 2 outs. And you've got number 14, Chloe Corral, your right fielder, at the plate for Lovington. And she's going to step out as Gallegos taking a lot of time and then looking over to the dugout. So, and I think there's a little bit of gamesmanship, pitcher psych going on with Gallegos on the mound. She looks like she's ready, and if the Lovington batters look like they're ready, she takes a little more time, so a little back and forth there. And a swing and a miss as Corral takes a good look at it. So 1-1 count on Corral now. 1-1, 2 outs. 3 runners across for Lovington. 3-0 is your score. They'd like to increase that. Just keep the line moving here, right here. That is going to miss just outside. So that's kind of the gray area right there, that little danger zone. With 2 strikes on you, Lovington's going to have to be swinging at a ball like that because it's possible that could be called a strike if it's that close. But right now, it's a ball, no problem. 2-1. Ooh, nice hit. Going out to deep center field. It'll hit the fence. It'll score 1. The throw is coming in. And a stand-up RBI double for Chloe Corral. Nice job. An RBI double makes it 5-0 now as Chavarria crosses. Actually, 4-0. I'm a little anxious. Sorry about that. 4-0 as 1 scored. And Hernandez on third. And Corral on second. So an RBI double for Corral makes it 4-0 here in the bottom of the first inning. Runners on second and third. Sanchez up to the plate for Lovington. And that was low and inside for ball one. Lipke did a nice job of chasing that ball down and threatening a throw at third or at first. No throw, but 1-0 count on Sanchez, batting in the 9th position for Lovington today. Sabry playing second base. That misses outside for ball two. 2-0 the count, with 4 runs across already in this at bat for Lovington. So they came to the plate aggressive, ready to hit, ready to run, and ready to play ball today, trying to punch their ticket to Albuquerque next week. And kind of a defensive swing. She stepped back and then decided to swing at that. I think it probably would have been called a ball on the just inside, but 2-1 count now. That's okay. This is the first time she's seeing this pitcher. And every swing that you miss helps you maybe find the right timing next time. A well-hit ball, as I was just saying, to find the timing, and that's hit deep between center and left and hits the fence. That'll score 1. That'll score, yes, that'll score 2. And a nice hit, Sabry Sanchez with a 2 RBI double. Nice. Very well done. As I was just saying, hey, when you swing and miss, that helps you dial in on the pitch and hopefully hit the next time. And there she goes. So Hernandez scored, Corral scored, and Sanchez is sitting on second. And now Lovington is up 6-0 against Moriarty. Top of the order now. And another line drive shot is going out to right field, shallow right between right and center. And that ball is knocked down, but Marino kind of muffs the throw, throws it in, and it will score, and did score Sanchez from second. But because it was in right field, Marquez held up at first, so it's an RBI single for Marquez. So another run, as now it's 7-0. 2 outs, and that is Honey Morales at the plate. She hit a single her last time up. She got the first hit for Lovington in this ball game and then was forced out at third her first time at bat. So she's 1 for 1 and would like to get another hit here. And that, unfortunately, is a line drive shot right to third base. Rios just kind of made half a step over and caught that ball. Morales still pulling that, getting solid contact on it. But third out, but not before Lovington put 7 runs across. 7-0. We're going to go to the top of the second inning. Lovington with a good lead over Moriarty, and more Lady Wildcat State Playoff Softball on Lee County News and Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com.
Western States Insurance.
Why choose Western States Insurance as your independent insurance agent? Because Western States Insurance is more than an insurance agency. They're a people agency dedicated to the insurance needs of their customers. Western States Insurance is large enough to provide the products you demand and small enough to offer you personal service.
We've got you covered. Western States Insurance.
Call 396-1318 or go by 212 North Love in Lovington.
It's no secret, at some point you'll have a question or need to replace or fix something on your vehicle. Whether your vehicle is new or ancient, Lovington Auto Supply is your trusted advisor when you need dependable auto parts. Not only do they have the parts you need, they have real answers to your real automotive questions, and that help keeps your vehicle running longer and stronger. Quality parts, helpful people. Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. Napa, get up and go.
And welcome back to Lovington Lady Wildcat State Playoff Softball on Lee County News and Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. So in the bottom of the first inning, which took a while, Lovington scored 7 runs on 6 hits. There was 1 error committed, 1 left on base. So we are headed to the top of the second inning now. Moriarty coming back up to the plate, and it's 4, 5, and 6. Heart of the order with Pacheco, Autry, Rios up to the bat. Only the first 3 batters came up in their first at-bat in the top of the first. So here we go, a swing and a miss for strike 1, 0-1 the count. Moriarty coming into this at 18-4 on the season. No, wait a minute, that's right. 18-4 in the season, 10-2 in their district. A bunt, but coming in on it and handling that was Angelina Corral. She was on it. Came in, scooped it up, made a great throw on the run to Olguin, who hung on to it for the first out. So definitely, exactly, everybody playing good basics and fielding on that. Soon as Pacheco dropped the bat and showed bunt. So nice 5-3 play in the books for the first out, and Autry to the plate, 1 out, nobody on. Autry, the center fielder, at the plate, right-handed batter. Rios is on deck. Chavis in the hole. So 1 out, nobody on here. Top of the second inning. Lovington leading 7-0, and a swing and a foul back to the screen, and that is going to even up the count, 1-1. So 1 out, nobody on, 1-1 the count. First plate appearance for Autry. Lovington wants very much to be able to move on into the state tournament next week. A swing and a foul back out of play off to the right for strike 2. The 4A and 5A softball girls start on Thursday, this next Thursday, and they will play at Cleveland High School in Rio Rancho. And Lovington would like to be there. I will look up that bracket here in a moment to see who they play. And a swing and a miss, another strikeout, and out number 2. And that's the 3rd strikeout for Urahara in the circle for Lovington today. Batting in the 6th slot is number 7, Sienna Rios, the 3rd baseman for Moriarty. Her first plate appearance, 2 outs now, and nobody on. That is going to miss outside for ball 1. 1-0 the count, as Lovington needs to definitely shut things down, work on getting this 3rd out. Lovington did all that damage with 2 outs in their at-bat. Oh, just missed. Quiroga framing that for the ump to say, hey, look at this picture. Isn't it a strike? And the ump said, nope, it's a little outside, maybe a little high. So 2-0 the count. And Lovington hoping to get this 3rd out, get back in the dugout and get their bats swinging again. A foul back to the screen for strike 1, 2-1 the count. As all of the 1A, 2A, 3A teams will play their first round in Albuquerque on Wednesday. Coming up on Wednesday the 10th. That is a call, strike at the knees, right over the plate. Nice pitch by Urahara, 2-2 the count. But the 4 and 5A girls go immediately into the double elimination tournament with games on Thursday, Friday, and then the championship round on Saturday. And a swing and a miss. Beautiful pitch on the outside corner. It would have been a call strike anyway. It becomes the 3rd out. And 3 up, 3 down, and the 4th strikeout for Urahara. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. We go to the bottom of the 2nd inning. Lovington is leading 7-0 over Moriarty, and more Lovington Lady Wildcat State Playoff Softball coming up on Lee County News and Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com.
Norley Hospital District proudly announces they now offer extended hours in both Lovington and Hobbs medical clinics for all of your minor injuries, minor illnesses, and minor wounds. Norley is working diligently to better serve you. Call ahead for appointments for Lovington Medical Clinic Monday through Saturday, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Call 575-396-6611, 396-6611. And for Hobbs Medical Clinic Monday through Saturday, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Call 575-433-3000, 433-3000. Norley Hospital District, united in service, trusted for life. Dust blowing and the change of weather causes you to feel yucky. Sinus infections, congestion, or even just a routine cold. Chiropractic care can help you. Areola Chiropractic Center helps patients feel their best. See for yourself. Check out Areola Chiropractic Center's Facebook page. Areola Chiropractic Center, helping patients feel better, one spine at a time.
And welcome back to Lovington Lady Wildcat State Playoff action on Lee County News and Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. So 3 up, 3 down for Lovington against Moriarty in the top of the 2nd inning. Here we are in the bottom of the 2nd. And it's the heart of the order, 3, 4, 5 up, starting with Anaí Quiroga. Her second plate appearance, she reached on an error, and then her courtesy runner scored her first time up. Beautifully hit ball is going to fall in for a base hit in shallow right field, just over the head of Pacheco, who drifted back and tried for it. Good hustle there, but that was just a solidly hit single for Quiroga, and she's on. And Zimri Ellis will courtesy run for Quiroga, as she has much of the season, and she did in the bottom of the first inning. So no outs, one runner on. Number 9, Jocelyn Olguin, your first baseman, up to the plate. Olguin reached on a fielder's choice and scored her first time up. This is her second plate appearance. No outs, one runner on. Gallegos again taking her time. And Olguin's going to step out of the box, and the ump is not quite ready anyway, as he's making note of Ellis pinch running, substitute running over there for Quiroga on first. So Gallegos is waiting to pitch, Olguin is waiting to bat, and the ump is putting his mask back on. So we are just about ready with no outs, one runner on for Lovington. They lead this one 7-0, and a gorgeous hit ball is going to find its way into left field, roll all the way to the fence, and that should score one. It will, as that's going to be an RBI double for Olguin, a beautifully hit ball that was in left field, and the left fielder, Chavez, out there playing over towards center, and there was a nice hole down the third base line in that alley, and Olguin found it for her RBI double, bringing Ellis in. So it is 8-0 over Moriarty here, and Angelina Corral up to the plate. And that's a little pop that's going to go to Milligan at first base. So one out, and Ellis, Olguin on second, just stays put. Corral popping out to position 3 in the book for the first out. That's going to bring up number 7, Annalise Chavarria, your left fielder, to the plate. Chavarria had an RBI single and scored for Lovington her last time up. She's 1 for 1. First pitch is going to be a ball, so I believe 1-0 the count on Chavarria. 8-0 your score here, bottom of the second inning. Your number 6 seed Lovington Lady Cats over number 11 seed Moriarty. And a changeup, trying for the outside of the plate and missed just a bit, and Chavarria sniffed at it and said, no, thank you. So I think Gallegos trying to get her to chase on an off-speed pitch on the outside corner. Not a bad thought, but it didn't work, and Chavarria left it alone. There's a swing and a high fly ball out of play toward the right. Making a slight adjustment to the video just to make sure that you can see everything from first base all over to third base, and a little more of the field and the foul lines as possible. So that pitch at 1, strike, 3 balls now, 3-1 the count. So 3-1 on Chavarria, who fouled one off. 1 out, 1 runner on. That is Olguin in scoring position. Beautifully hit ball. That could be out of the park. No, coming in at center field, in on it. Autry has to hustle and makes a good play and makes the catch in front of the right fielder. So credit where credit's due, and a nice catch, robbing Chavarria of a base hit and possibly moving the runner over or even scoring. So a fly out to center field for the second out brings number 5, Layla Hernandez, up to the plate for Lovington. Hernandez hit an RBI single and scored for Lovington her first time up. It's her second plate appearance. She's 1 for 1. 2 outs, 1 runner on. First pitch is going to miss outside for ball 1. 1-0 the count. Corral on deck. Sanchez in the hole. Urahara, the pitcher, your flex player in this game today, not batting. A swing and a high fly ball. Is it going to stay in play? It's going to be right at the fence, and it's going to miss. I guess it's going to go maybe either right at the fence or outside. It's impossible from this angle to see. The Lovington dugout is blocking that, but it just becomes a strike. So 1-1 the count, as it was not caught. So 2 outs, 1 runner on. Olguin in scoring position for Lovington. 8-0 your score here, bottom of the second inning. The winner today moves on to the state tournament next week. Oh, a change up. And, Hernandez, Layla handled that pretty well. She had to hold up on the swing, but still ended up just fouling it off out of play, off to the right. But she recognized that Gallegos took some speed off that pitch, but she got a piece of it. So 1-2 the count on Hernandez. And that's going to miss high for ball 2. So 2-2 the count. And the winner of this game is going to be playing next Thursday morning at 9 a.m. against either Sandia or Gallup. Likely to be Gallup. Gallup is ranked 3rd in New Mexico 4A right now, and they're playing Sandia. There's a high fly pop that is headed over the shortstop. Bandy puts a glove on it and makes the catch for the 3rd out. So a pop out to the shortstop for the 3rd out ends Lovington's at bat, not before they put 1 run across. 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, 1 left on base. We're going to go to the top of the 3rd inning, and Moriarty coming up to the plate. More Lady Wildcat State Playoff Softball on Lee County News and Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com.
Dust blowing.
Attention shoppers. Bob's Thriftway welcomes you to Lovington, New Mexico. This week you'll save big on grocery items throughout their store. Save big on produce, household items, bread products, and meats. Every week, Bob's Thriftway has big savings for their customers. Bob's Thriftway is your local hometown grocery store. So for the freshest produce, the best meats, shop Bob's Thriftway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington.
IPS Incorporated is a proud member of this community. IPS is the turnkey solution in the oil patch. One call to IPS for your upstream and midstream solutions, comprising of dirt work, electrical, pumping, and crane service, plus your automation and control, is all handled with one call. One call for every aspect of your oil and gas project. Google IPS Hobbs or simply call 393-1417. IPS, the turnkey one-call oil and gas company.
And welcome back to Lovington Lady Wildcat State Playoff Softball action here at Wildcat Field in Lovington, as we are ready for the top of the 3rd inning. And Lovington is leading this one 8-0 over Moriarty. It's the bottom of the order for Moriarty. 7, 8, and 9 due up, as Lovington's been able to get them 3 up, 3 down the first 2 at bats. So we're now down to 7, 8, and 9. These players are coming up to the bat for the first time, and they're trying to dig Moriarty out of the hole that they're in. 8-0 here. Lovington again has to keep their feet on the pedal. There's a swing and a miss. So we're strike 1 against Chavez. Lovington has to keep their feet on the pedal and really just continue to play hard and get these outs as quickly as they can. 0-2 the count on Chavez. So Udahara quickly in front of this batter, wants to go ahead and make sure she gets her one way or the other, get the out or the strikeout. Udahara in the circle, Quiroga behind the plate for Lovington. That is going to miss high and up for ball 1. Quiroga behind the plate, Olguin at first, Sanchez at second, Angelina Corral at third, Hernandez at shortstop, Chavarria at left, Marquez in center, Chloe Corral in right. Beautifully hit ball, a high fly going to Marquez in center, and she comes in on it, makes the grab. So 1 out. Chavez gave it a ride, and probably the most solid contact of any ball hit against Urahara so far in this game. A fly out to center field for 1 out. Brings up number 11, Megan Limke, the catcher, to the plate. Her first plate appearance, a right-handed batter. 1 out, nobody on. Beautiful day today here in Lovington. That's going to be a call. Strike on the outside corner again. That's one of those that Sometimes it's a called strike, and sometimes not. The ump sees differences in those pitches that he's calling, and as long as that's consistent, it's not a problem. Batters need to be aware, though, that that pitch, if it's breaking and looks like it's going to move, might have to move on it, or it may be called a strike. Swing and a miss at something a little low and inside for strike 2. 0-2 the count, and that's going to miss high and outside just a bit. 4-1. 1-2 on Lipke. And number 2, Aubrey Shelby, your designated player, awaits on deck, batting in that 9th slot. And then it's top of the order with Bandy in the hole. That is going to miss low. 4-2, even up the count, 2-2. And as I mentioned, the winner of this game is going to get to move on and will play next Thursday morning, 9 a.m. at Cleveland High School Field number 3. We even know the field. And they would likely face Gallup, but it's possible. Sandia swing and a tip, foul tip back to the screen as Lipke stays alive at the plate. So count remains 2-2. But again, that's why you play these, even though it's a much higher seed. In that case, number 3 against a number 12 team, I think, or is it 3 and 14 for Sandia? 3 and 14, maybe, I guess. And a beautiful pitch on the outside corner. Lipke swinging a little in front of that as Urahara painted the corner with a bit of an off-speed pitch and got Lipke swinging. So that's out number 2 and strikeout number 5 for Urahara in the circle today. So 2 outs and batting in the 9th slot, number 2, Aubrey Shelby, your designated player to the plate. Her first plate appearance, right-handed batter. 2 outs, nobody on. Lovington would very much like to get this batter, bottom of the order, out. And that pitch is a strike, so 0-1 count. Sorry, I'm chasing a little spider that I saw blow in. Nothing you can do. This is the time of year when those are coming out. Oh, swing and a miss as Urahara brought the heat right down the plate, just breaking a little across the outside corner. So 0-2 count. 0-2 count. And that is going to be called strike 3. Oh, yes. That another beautiful pitch as Urahara threw it and hit the outside corner. Hey, Daphne Urahara, 100 strikeouts. That's a nice milestone for any pitcher. So 100 strikeouts with that strikeout, and that is her 6th, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6th strikeout of this game, and a nice milestone to reach, and a good one, you know, heading in your playoff game, hopefully heading to state. You know, it's so dangerous to count your chickens before they hatch and start playing like you've got it in the bag. You've got to remain on your game and be intense to the last out. But no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base, and that means we go to the bottom of the third inning now. Lovington coming up to the plate. They lead this one 8-0. We'll be back with more Lady Wildcat State Playoff Softball on Lee County News and Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com.
Western States Insurance.
Why choose Western States Insurance as your independent insurance agent? Because Western States Insurance is more than an insurance agency. They're a people agency dedicated to the insurance needs of their customers. Western States Insurance is large enough to provide the products you demand and small enough to offer you personal service.
We've got you covered. Western States Insurance.
Call 396-1318 or go by 212 North Love in Lovington.
It's no secret, at some point you'll have a question or need to replace or fix something on your vehicle. Whether your vehicle is new or ancient, Lovington Auto Supply is your trusted advisor when you need dependable auto parts. Not only do they have the parts you need, they have real answers to your real automotive questions, and that help keeps your vehicle running longer and stronger. Quality parts, helpful people. Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. Napa, get up and go.
And welcome back to Lovington Lady Wildcat State Playoff Softball on Lee County News and Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. So no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. And the top of the third inning, we go to the bottom of the third. Lovington coming back up to the plate, and it is the bottom of the order. Number 14, Chloe Corral, batting in the 8th slot for Lovington. 8, 9, and then top of the order, 1 up first for Lovington. So a little question about something's happening. Do we have a change in the field for Moriarty? Because this is Corral at the bat, as the coach, and I'm assuming that is Coach Gallegos, for Moriarty coming out and comparing something, either questioning a lineup or maybe there's somebody going in. The pitcher stays the same, but there may be a change in the lineup. I'm not able to see what the change might be, but it certainly looked like the coach was talking to the ump about something possibly in the lineup, or in her players in the field. We'll try to catch that for you. Chloe Corral up to the plate. She had an RBI double and scored for Lovington her first time up. That is going to be a call, strike 1. So 0-1 the count, but we know she's capable of hitting solid against this pitcher. And Lovington would like to get another hit fest going like they did in the bottom of the first inning. They put on 7 of their 8 runs in that first at-bat. That second pitch is high and outside for ball 1. 1-1 the count. That is going to miss outside as well. 2-1. Just looks like Gallegos having a little trouble with the release on the last couple of pitches, getting stuck in her hand or turning a little too much at the wrist maybe somehow. So 2-1 count. First batter up for Lovington, looking to increase their 8-0 lead here, and a high pop fly out of play above our head here in the media booth for strike 2. 2-2 the count, as if Lovington leads now 8-0. If they were able to put on another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 runs like they did, I was double checking, making sure that was right, in that first at bat, then game would be over. Because that would be the 15-run rule after 3 innings. So if they were to get their bats smoking like they were in the first at-bat, then they could end this game right here. As it is, it'll go on. And if they put a few more runs on the board, could be eligible for 10-run rule after 5. And another foul off out of play to the right, so count remains 2-2. And Corral is hanging tough at the plate, protecting it with 2 strikes on her. She had a very nice long ball she hit. And there goes a beautiful ball. It's going to drop in for a single in between center and right fields. Coming in on it is Autry, makes the stop and the throw into second base, but Corral's on with a single. Now number 15, Sabri Sanchez, your second baseman, up to the plate. As the ump calling for balls to come in. The field ump actually is talking with the pitcher Gallegos right now outside the circle. So I don't know if she is questioning him about something or if he is questioning her, pointing out something about the delivery. I don't know. That's interesting. Evidently, maybe she had a question. Moriarty's coach coming out, and it's all done. Everything's good. So maybe she just simply had a question. All right, so Sanchez up to the plate. No outs, 1 on. And she shows bunt, brings it back. It's a call strike. And the throw is going to, they're going to catch her in a hot box. No, slides in safely as the throw pulled Rios off of the bag enough and to look like Corral was going to get lost in no woman's land out there and or trapped between second and third base. But she did not. She went forward, and the throw from throw that went long beyond second base, it came in and allowed Corral to go ahead and slide in safely on third. So Sanchez with now, that was a strike. It was a call strike on her. She threw the bat down and pulled it back, but it was a strike. So 1-1 count now 1-1 count on Sanchez. Still, she threw the bunt down, and it acted as a screen, trying to sort of screen out the catcher from being able to make that throw in time. And there's a high hit ball. It could be out of the park. It's gone. It's gone. Whoa, it is out. Yes. And the first home run of this game comes at the hands of Sabri Sanchez. A two-run home run. A two-run home run as Corral crosses the plate. And Sanchez just put her team up 10-0. So beautifully hit ball, just kept going, caught some air and kept going and dropped behind the fence, pretty much in a route about to where a typical or traditional left fielder would play. And Chavez definitely gave chase and could see that the ball was going to drop outside of the fence. So, wow, beautiful. First home run of the day. Could there be more? Well, Lovington's still at bat, and there are no outs. And we're going to have a pitching change for Moriarty. So with a 10-0 your score here in the bottom of the third, no outs, we'll be back. And more Lady Cats softball coming up.
Eunice Pump and Supply has been around for over 30 years and is excited to continue their services to the community. They take pride in their employees and their hard work and dedication, and most importantly, take pride in the youth of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply is a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, another proud supporter of Lee County athletics.
And welcome back to Lovington Lady Wildcat State Playoff Softball on Lee County News and Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. As we are here in the bottom of the third inning, and your score is 10-0, and Moriarty has changed pitchers. And the first batter up to face is Garcia, Yaya Garcia, and she is going to be thrown out at first. A swinging bunt is what I call that, because it acted like a bunt, but it was a swing-away ball that just didn't go very far. So Garcia almost makes it to first, but it is a throw out. 1-3 for the first out. And Honey Morales, your designated player, to the plate. So 1 out, nobody on. 10-0 your score here in bottom of the third inning. First pitch is in, and it is a strike on Morales. So 0-1 the count. She hit into she popped out to the third baseman her last time up. But she hit a single her first time up, and there's a hot grounder going over to shortstop. And in fact, it takes a funny hop. It gets by Gallegos and goes out to left field. So that is an error. She reaches on an E6, and that's Gallegos at shortstop, as Bandy and Gallegos simply traded positions, as Bandy came over from shortstop to take over in the circle for Gallegos, and Gallegos at short. So 1 out, 1 on. Honey Morales on first. And that brings up number 2, Anaí Quiroga, to the plate. Okay, we're going to have a substitute batter for Quiroga, and that's going to be Tavera. So number 1, Bethany Tavera, will be at. So 1 out, 1 on. Lovington leading this 10-0 over Moriarty, trying to move on into state playoff double elimination tournament next Thursday at Cleveland High School in Rio Rancho against the winner of the Gallup-Sandia game. It's likely to be Gallup, but I will look that up and see if they played that last night or if they're playing it today. And that's a call, strike one on Tavera. So 0-1 count on Tavera. 1 out, 1 on. Honey Morales on first, reaching on the E6. 2 runs across the plate. Oh, and there's a throw down to second base. And they say the throw was good and got Morales. So from 2 to 4 for the throw out, and now 2 outs. And a 2-1 count now on the batter, which is Bethany Tavera. And that is going to be a call strike on the outside corner. So 2-2 is the count. 2-2 the count. 2 outs, nobody on now. Oh, and that gets away from the catcher, but nobody on, no problem. Lipke loses that. That was a low pitch in the dirt. And runs the count full, 3-2 now on Bethany Tavera, as Lovington now has a 10-0 lead, and that's a run rule score if there were 5 innings played so far, but we're here just in the bottom of the third. So 4th pitch is a ball and a walk. So Tavera takes her base with 2 outs, 1 runner on. And cleanup hitter Jocelyn O'Gean, your first baseman, to the plate. So 2 outs, 1 runner on, and O'Gean to the plate. The first pitch is going to be high and outside for a ball, and it gets away from Lipke, and that will move the runner over to second base. So Tavera, after reaching on the walk, and now stands in scoring position for Lovington. Lovington can do a lot of damage with 2 outs. They're not a team that looks at 2 outs and gets discouraged. They make a lot of their runs with 2 outs. So they just kind of keep on going. They pretend it's no outs or 1 out, and they just proceed. That pitch misses outside for ball 2. So 2-0 the count on O'Gean. 2 outs, 1 runner on. That's Tavera on second. Lovington would like to increase it, and that is a well-hit ball headed out to right field, and it's going to be foul. So it's just going to miss. In fact, I might have seen some chalk dust fall, spring up. It might have clipped the edge, but I think it was just maybe by a ball's width or 2 foul down that right field line. So it just becomes a long strike. 2-1 the count. O'Gean with... Oh, and let's see. What are they going to say now as the coach for Moriarty is coming out to the circle? And I don't know. I think there's a question about the rubber in the circle. And the pitcher out there, Bandy, is now motioning to that. And I think maybe she's saying it's loose. And so the umpire is checking it out. And I think Bandy was just saying that it was that it felt loose to her maybe, but the umpire says it looks and feels secure to him, so I guess they will continue to play. Bandy, of course, coming in relief of Gallegos earlier in this at-bat for Lovington. Once they put 2 runs across and got to 10-0. That is a hit straight up the middle. Coming in on it is Pacheco from second. By the time she chases it down and throws it, O'Gean beats out the throw. So an infield single, not an error. It just took a while. That kind of was a slow roller, and it took a little while to get to Pacheco. And by the time she got it and threw it, there simply was no more time. O'Gean was past the base and beat out the throw. Meantime, Tavera sits on third. So runners at the corners now for Lovington. 2 outs. Here we are in the bottom of the 3rd inning. And your batter is Annalie. Okay, it's going to be Zimmery Ellis, who's going to come in and bat in place of Angelina Corral. So with Coach McGraw, you do this for two reasons as a coach. You get up about, 10 runs ahead on a team. You see it as an opportunity to give your reserve players a chance to get in the game and to get significant playing time, to get in at the bat, to have a chance to see the pitcher to bat in the game, to get some experience and some playing time. Sometimes the bench or the reserve players, sometimes they're young players coming up who haven't had a lot of game time experience. Sometimes they're older players, a junior or senior, and they haven't been a starter and haven't seen a lot of time. So it gives them a chance to come in the game and be a part of it. And it also allows the coach to take the foot off the gas just a little bit against a team, to give them a little breathing room when your own team is that far ahead. Now, if the other team starts catching up, you usually, and there's a well-hit ball straight away, a line drive, a hot shot out to Autry in center field that scores one. And a beautiful RBI single for, I was just saying, it gives players a chance to get in the game and prove that they can play, that they can feel, that they can hit. And Zimmery Ellis with an RBI single proved that. So Ellis batting for Angelina Corral with the RBI single, sits on first. And runners at first and second, as that's O'Gean on second. And number 7, Annalise Chavarria. No, that was Ellis. That's right. And that pitch is going to be a wild pitch, get away from Lipke and move the runners around. So that is number 5. Number 6, that is Zimmery on third. No, O'Gean. And there's a line drive shot over the second baseman's head, Pacheco. And that's going to score 1, and that's going to score 2. All right, so number 9, O'Gean, crosses the plate. And also Ellis crosses the plate. Corral on first. Or actually Chavarria on first with a 2 RBI single. And it brings up number 5, Layla Hernandez, to the plate. And the first pitch is a call, strike 1 on the outside corner. So still 2 outs. As I said, Lovington can do a lot of damage with 2 outs. And they're proving that again. There's a grounder that's headed over to Rios at third. She makes the stop, throws it over to first, and that does it. As Lovington's at-bat in the bottom of the third is over, but not before they manage to put across 4 runs. So 4 runs makes it 12-0 now. 12-0 against, or 13-0 rather. I'm sorry, I need to go back and learn how to count. So 7, 1, and then 4, 5. So excellent. 13-0 your score, and Lovington is leading, and we're going to be back with more Lady Wildcat State playoff softball on Lee County News and Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com.
It's no secret, at some point you'll have a question or need to replace or fix something on your vehicle. Whether your vehicle is new or ancient, Lovington Auto Supply is your trusted advisor when you need dependable auto parts. Not only do they have the parts you need, they have real answers to your real automotive questions, and that help keeps your vehicle running longer and stronger. Quality parts, helpful people. Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. Napa, get up and go.
Norley Hospital District proudly announces they now offer extended hours in both Lovington and Hobbs medical clinics for all of your minor injuries, minor illnesses, and minor wounds. Norley is working diligently to better serve you. Call ahead for appointments for Lovington Medical Clinic Monday through Saturday, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Call 575-396-6611, 396-6611. And for Hobbs Medical Clinic Monday through Saturday, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Call 575-433-3000, 433-3000. Norley Hospital District, united in service, trusted for life.
Welcome back to the Lady Wildcats State Playoff Softball on Lee County News and Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. As in the bottom of the third inning, Lovington was able to put 5 runs across on 5 hits. 1 error was committed, 1 was left on base. So we go to the top of the 4th inning, and Moriarty comes up to the plate, top of the order for them. And I think the coach for Moriarty is just catching up with all of the different substitute batters and runs that crossed, as I think she was not quite sure of who scored and who wasn't. I know it became a little tough for us to realize as well, but the ump now is looking and talking with Coach McCraw, and so I'm not sure if there's going to be an adjustment, but we saw it as 5 runs up here as Quiroga, Ellis for Quiroga, scored, or Tavera. Tavera came in, Olguin came in, Ellis came in, and the first 2 that came in that got it up to 10-0 were Corral and Sanchez. So Corral and Sanchez scored. There was a pitching change, and then we had Tavera come in, and then Olguin, and then Ellis. So that made a total of 5 across the plate. And the score now is 13-0 here in the top of the 4th inning. And top of the order for Moriarty, that's Bandy. And she hits the first pitch she sees. That's a high fly ball. And I tell you what, Marquez makes a great catch out there. Oh, wow, Chloe did. Chloe came in. So, okay, Chloe's in center now. Okay, Chloe is in center. We've got some changes. So, Chloe Corral in center. Thank you very much. Mrs. Corral over here telling me about that. And Zimmery Ellis is now in right. And Marquez, I guess, is just, she's not in the field. She may be used as a batter, so we'll have to see about that. But a swing and a miss. So a beautiful strike. 1-1 count on Bandy. Leadoff batter for Moriarty here in the top of the 4th inning. This is just the second plate appearance for Bandy. Bandy now pitching. And swing and a foul tip for the second strike. So 1-2 the count now on Bandy. Came in relief of Gallegos as the pitcher in the last at-bat for Lovington. Gallegos playing shortstop now. Bandy and Gallegos just switching. And a swing and a miss. Beautiful as Udahara bringing the heat and striking out Bandy for the first out. And that's the second strikeout for Bandy in the game. And that is, let's see, 3-6. I believe that is strikeout number 7. And that strikeout number 7 for Udahara in this game so far. Of course, she passed that 100 strikeout milestone for this season earlier in the game. So good job for Daphne. First pitch is in, and it is a ball. 1-0 count on Milligan. Milligan, your first baseman for Moriarty. That's, yes, a beautiful pitch on the outside corner. I was hoping he was going to call that, as it looked like a strike to me. So 1-1 count. 1 out, nobody on. Top of the 4th inning. Lovington leading this one 13-0. And a swing and a miss. Nice fast ball breaking, catching the outside corner. 1-2 the count. Milligan struck out, her only other plate appearance in this game. So Chloe Corral is out in center now. Oh, and there's a hit ball to shortstop. Hernandez picks it up, fires to Holguin at first. So score that 6-3 in the book. So that was Gallegos. My apologies. I was calling her Milligan, but Milligan actually had the fly out to Chloe Corral in center for the second out. So, yes, I get the score caught up too. Sorry about that. Stuck on me just a little bit. So a strikeout, a fly out, and then a put out. 6-3. 3 up, 3 down again. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on base for Moriarty in their at bat in the top of the fourth. It comes down to the bottom of the fourth now. Lovington coming up to the plate. They lead this one 13-0. If they can put 2 runs across in this at bat, this game is over, because there's a 15-run rule. There's a 10-run rule after 5, but there's a 15-run rule after 3 innings. So we will see what happens. We'll be back with more Lady Wildcats State Playoff Softball on Lee County News and Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com.
Norley Hospital. The change of weather causes you to feel yucky. Sinus infections, congestion, or even just a routine cold. Chiropractic care can help you. Areola Chiropractic Center helps patients feel their best. See for yourself. Check out Areola Chiropractic Center's Facebook page. Areola Chiropractic Center, helping patients feel better, one spine at a time.
And welcome back to Lady Wildcat State Playoff Softball action on Lee County News and Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. A little confusion there, but yes, 3 outs, no score. And now Lovington's turn at bat again here in the bottom of the 4th inning. There were no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on in that 3 up, 3 down bat from Moriarty. Now Lovington is starting near the bottom of the order with Chloe Corral now playing center field for Lovington, making a nice catch out there last inning. 2-0 count becomes a 3-0 count on her. So 3-0 the count here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Bottom of the 4th, nobody out. So I catch the score bug up. So bottom of the 4th, nobody out. 3-0 count and a swing and a ground ball to shortstop. Gallegos picks it up, fires to first, and is it in time? Yes. The first base ump looked at that, thought about it, and said yes, it was in time for the first out. So Chloe Corral scored in the book 6-3 for the first out. Number 15, Sabri Sanchez at the bat now. Sanchez had the 2-run home run in her last at bat, and that one comes in low in the dirt for ball 1. 1-0 the count. And that was, she had a 2 RBI double her first plate appearance, then the 2-run home run her last time up. And that is a little blooper hit in the infield, handled by Milligan at first. She picks it up and manages to get over and step on first in time. So Sabri Sanchez out 3 unassisted in the books for the second out. And now we're top of the order for Lovington with 2 outs, nobody on. Avery Marquez, who I believe will probably now be the designated player. Either that or because they pulled her out. The ump at the third base ump over there having a little fun with the walk-up music for Marquez. That's funny, doing a little dance out there in the field. You got to have fun. That's what sports is all about. You need to have fun when you're playing, even though it can be intense, it's heartbreaking, it's focused, it's funny, it's sad, at times. It's everything. It represents life. But man, you got to enjoy playing, and you got to have fun with the games. And it's nice to see that the umps, as crucial as they are to playing, we cannot play sports without the umps and the referees, that they're enjoying themselves too. So that's great. And that is going to be high for a ball. So 3-0 now the count on Marquez, your top of the order for Lovington. Yaya Garcia batted in place of Marquez the last time up, but it's back to Marquez here. And that is going to miss low and inside for ball 4, so Marquez takes a walk. And Lovington has a runner on with 2 outs, 1 on. Number 4, Honey Morales, is up to the plate. Morales reached on an error and got thrown out at second, trying to steal last time up. And the first pitch is going to be in a strike. So 0-1 count on Morales. 2 outs, one on. Will this be a case of a 2-out rally for Lovington that they're kind of famous for? They do so well. We'll have to see. That misses inside and low in the dirt for ball 1. And that wild pitch is going to allow the runner, Marquez, to reach second. And really, I think I'll call that a pass ball. It was in the dirt, but Lipke behind the plate blocked it. She just then lost it in the dirt and couldn't get a handle on it. So more of a pass ball, I think, than a wild pitch on that one. Nonetheless, Marquez sits in scoring position on second base for Lovington now. 2 outs and a 1-1 count. And a swing and a ground ball headed to shortstop as Gallegos picks it up, fires to Milligan at first for the 3rd out. So Lovington does not get the 2-out rally going on in this instance, as they can and have many times, but that's okay as they continue to lead this one 13-0. And we go to the top of the 5th inning, and it's do or die time for the girls. For Moriarty, they must get at least 4 runs across to try to keep this game going, because a 10-run rule after 5 puts the game at peril for them. So we'll be back with the top of the 5th inning. More Lady Wildcat State Playoff Softball on Lee County News and Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com.
IPS Incorporated is a proud member of this community. IPS is the turnkey solution in the oil patch. One call to IPS for your upstream and midstream solutions, comprising of dirt work, electrical, pumping, and crane service, plus your automation and control, is all handled with one call. One call for every aspect of your oil and gas project. Google IPS Hobbs or simply call 393-1417. IPS, the turnkey one-call oil and gas company.
Attention shoppers. Bob's Thriftway welcomes you to Lovington, New Mexico. This week you'll save big on grocery items throughout their store. Save big on produce, household items, bread products, and meats. Every week, Bob's Thriftway has big savings for their customers. Bob's Thriftway is your local hometown grocery store. So for the freshest produce, the best meats, shop Bob's Thriftway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington.
And welcome back to Lady Wildcat State Playoff Softball on Lee County News and Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. I'm Dawn Morgan. Here we are in the bottom of the 4th inning. Lovington put no runs across on no hits. There were no errors, 1 left on base. And we are here in the top of the 5th inning with Moriarty at the plate. And there was a timeout taken, so that pitch does not count as the batter, Pacheco, asked for time, step out of the box. So it's 4, 5, and 6, heart of the order for Moriarty. Pacheco, Autry, and Rios. First 3 batters up, shows bunt, lays it down. Oh, and it gets just a little bit, it gets by Angelina Corral as she came on it really quickly. She made a play like that earlier in the game, and she did it beautifully. And this time, she just didn't get the glove down on it, and the ball got past her. So good try, but it does put Pacheco on first. There was no throw, but it is an E5. So Pacheco on first, no outs. And the next batter up trying to bunt, Autry showing bunt. She stabbed at it, and it becomes a strike. So 0-1 count, no outs, 1 runner on. With Autry at the bat, Rios on deck, Chavez in the hole for Moriarty. They're looking to score 4 runs. And a line drive. Well, no, it was going to be a line drive. Oh, and a nice catch by Hernandez, and she fires immediately to first to try to get Pacheco off base, but Pacheco was standing firm, but still a nice catch by Hernandez at shortstop. So a pop out to shortstop for out number 1, and number 7, Sienna Rios, your third baseman, up to the plate. So 1 out. 1 out, 1 on, and call, strike 1 on Rios. So 0-1 the count. A beautiful pitch by Urahara, again, painting the outside corner, a medium speed pitch. So 0-1, 1 out, 1 on. A swing and a miss. So 0-2 the count on Rios now. She had a strikeout her only other plate appearance. Moriarty is just now batting for the second time around in their order in this game. Second time these batters are seeing Urahara. A swing and a miss on a high ball. Rios was protecting the plate with 2 strikes on her and chased a bit. So a strikeout for out number 2. 8 strikeouts now for Urahara in this game. So 2 outs, 1 runner on. And number 4, Lilian Chavez, your left fielder, up to the plate. Liliana is your left fielder for Moriarty. She had a fly out to center field her last time up. She's capable of making contact, and that is going to hit the outside corner for call, strike 1. Beautiful pitch. 0-1 count, 2 outs, 1 runner on. Lovington needs to guard against Moriarty getting a 2-out rally going here. They'd like to shut things down and keep Moriarty from scoring any runs, and if so, the game will be over. Quiroga with a snap throw down to first, and Pacheco scrambles back safely, has to eat a little dirt in the process. A 1-1 count on Chavez at the plate. As Lovington needs to work to get the 3rd out, and a swing and a miss for strike number 2. Moriarty down to their final strike as they trail 13-0 here. And in the top of the 5th, if Lovington is able to get the out before they score 4 runs, game is over and Lovington wins. A swing and a miss for a strikeout, and they throw down to first. So strikeout ends the game, and Lovington has won this 13-0 against Moriarty, and the Lady Cats move on to the state tournament next week in Albuquerque. So I'll be back to wrap this one up, but the Lady Cats are moving on to play next Thursday morning at 9 o'clock against the winner of the Sandia Gallup game. So Gallup is the number 3 seed in the state, and it's likely going to be Gallup, but we'll be back and talk about that and get this one wrapped up. Again, a 13-0 win, shutout. And we'll be back with more Lovington Lady Wildcats State Playoff Softball on Lee County News and Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com.
Eunice Pump and Supply has been around for over 30 years and is excited to continue their services to the community. They take pride in their employees and their hard work and dedication, and most importantly, take pride in the youth of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply is a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, another proud supporter of Lee County athletics.
Construction is a proud partner in education in Lee County. Lasco Construction is your hometown construction company. Lasco Construction encourages you and business owners to support Tatum, Jow, Lovington, Eunice, and Hobbs businesses. Buy as much as you can locally, which is why Lasco Construction always supports the youth of Lee County. Lasco Construction supports you. Call 393-9161 for all your construction needs. Support your community.
Introducing a smarter, easier way to manage your Lee County Electric account. It is called SmartHub. Now you can pay your bill anywhere, anytime, with 24-hour access to your account. It is free and simple to use. Just search for the SmartHub app on your cell phone or device and download the free app, or go to our website at lcecnet.com and look for the SmartHub logo to view your account or pay your bill online. Managing your Lee County Electric account conveniently and securely with SmartHub. Lee County Electric, owned by those we serve.
Western States Insurance.
Why choose Western States Insurance as your independent insurance agent? Because Western States Insurance is more than an insurance agency. They're a people agency dedicated to the insurance needs of their customers. Western States Insurance is large enough to provide the products you demand and small enough to offer you personal service.
We've got you covered. Western States Insurance.
Call 396-1318 or go by 212 North Love in Lovington.
It's no secret, at some point you'll have a question or need to replace or fix something on your vehicle. Whether your vehicle is new or ancient, Lovington Auto Supply is your trusted advisor when you need dependable auto parts. Not only do they have the parts you need, they have real answers to your real automotive questions, and that help keeps your vehicle running longer and stronger. Quality parts, helpful people. Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. Napa, get up and go.
District proudly announces they now offer extended hours in both Lovington and Hobbs medical clinics for all of your minor injuries, minor illnesses, and minor wounds. Norley is working diligently to better serve you. Call ahead for appointments for Lovington Medical Clinic Monday through Saturday, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Call 575-396-6611, 396-6611. And for Hobbs Medical Clinic Monday through Saturday, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Call 575-433-3000, 433-3000. Norley Hospital District, united in service, trusted for life.
And welcome back to Lovington Lady Wildcat State Playoff Softball on Lee County News and Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. Congratulations to the Lady Cats, a 13-0 victory over Moriarty in this playoff game here at Wildcat Field. And here's how they did it: 13-0 your score, and it was a no-hit shutout, by the way. No-hit shutout, 0 runs, 0 hits, 2 errors committed by Moriarty, 1 left on base. So that is Moriarty's game. They had just had struggles. They came in at number 11, ranked 11th in the state in New Mexico 4A, that is, and they just had a lot of trouble. Urahara doing a nice job in the circle, and Moriarty just could not find their way on base. They had... There were 9 strikeouts, by the way, but we'll get to that in just a moment. But a flyout by Milligan was, probably a flyout by Milligan, a flyout by Chavez to center field for both girls, and a pop out to the shortstop. Really were the only times that Moriarty got solid contact on it. There was a pop out to the second base by Gallegos, and then a reach on error by Pacheco was the only base runner. Pacheco was the only base runner for Moriarty in their 5 at-bats in this game. So a real domination by the Lady Cats of Lovington in this one. No runs, no hits on 2 errors, 1 left on base for Moriarty. And Lovington with 13 runs on 13 hits. They commit 1 error. They leave 4 on base. So a real dominant performance, especially at the bat, as Lovington scored 7 runs in their first at-bat. They came in just with bats cooking and smoking, and when they come in aggressive and they're able to start getting hits off of a pitcher and runs on the board, that really ignites them, and they generally will win the game. So, and that was the case today. They put 7 runs on in the first, one in the third. They put 5 on in the third, and then none in the fourth, and did not have to bat in the bottom of the 5th because of the 10-run rule. 13-0 was the final score. And, of course, Daphne Urahara, your winning pitcher, struck out 9, and in the process of today's game, she hit the 100 strikeout mark of her season this year, and that's a real milestone for a pitcher, and that's wonderful. But it wasn't just great pitching. She walked nobody, and she hit no batters, just the 9 strikeouts. But Lovington batters did a great job, as you had an RBI single from Avery Marquez. Morales had a single. You had Quiroga with a single. You had Olguin with an RBI double and an infield single. You had, Tavera, I believe, with an RBI single. Corral with the RBI single. Chavarria with a 2 RBI single and an RBI single. Hernandez with an RBI single. And Corral, that's Chloe Corral, with an RBI double and a single. And then Sanchez had a 2 RBI double and then a 2-run home run in the game. So the biggest hit of the game was Sanchez, and she went 2 for 3 at the plate and contributed mightily to those 13 runs for Lovington in this win. Now, with this win, Moriarty's season is done and Lovington moves on. We congratulate Moriarty. They finished the year at 18-5. They went 10-2 in district, and they ended their season in the playoffs as the 11th ranked team in 4A, so nothing to sneeze at there. But your Lovington Lady Cats are moving on, and they will play on Thursday morning at 9 o'clock, and they will face, I believe, and I haven't had time to look up and see if that game is done, but Gallup, number 3 seed, was playing, I believe, the 14th seed Sandia in that one. Let's look up and see. I had this pulled up, and let's make sure. So, yes, Gallup, number 3, playing against number 14. I've been saying Sandia, it's Deming. So, my apologies to both Deming and Sandia for saying that. I had just had time to glance at that before we started the game, and I just didn't see it at the bottom. I was saying Sandia. So, number 3, Gallup against number 14, Deming, likely to be Gallup. Coming out of that as the winner, likely to be the opponent that the Lovington will face, and that's going to be a tough game. It's a morning game, and it's against Gallup, the number 3 team in the state. But Lovington, as the 6th seed, has they spent most of the year being ranked 4th in New Mexico 4A. So they will have a lot to say when they get to that game on Thursday morning at 9 o'clock. By the way, they play at Cleveland High School on field number 3, and we will be there and have coverage of the state softball and baseball tournaments next week coming out of Albuquerque and Rio Rancho. So we will be announcing and posting on our Facebook page and at hobbsamerica.com which teams are playing when, and against whom, and where you'll be able to see, watch, and hear those games as allowed by NMAA. In the playoffs, we acknowledge that it was nice to be able to have the video of this playoff game here and to be able to bring this game to you. And congratulations again. A nicely played game by Lovington and a good confidence builder going into state tournament. They'll have several days off before they head up there. I'm assuming they'll head up there on Wednesday as a team and get ready, spend the night. They'll have a workout or maybe a practice and be able to get to the fields early on Thursday. And for that first game of the state tournament, they did very well in that tournament last year. We expect nothing less than a good performance this year because this team has a lot of potential. They have had a great season so far. And Coach McGraw and the girls, again, congratulations. Moving on to the double elimination tournament that will be played. All those games are going to be next Thursday, Friday at Cleveland High School, and the championship rounds, I believe, are going to be at Lady Lobo Field at UNM. So we'll have more details on that coming up this next week on sports and on our social media pages and at hobbsamerica.com. I'm Dawn Morgan. Thanks to the folks here in Lovington and the Lovington Booster Club, always so kind to us and so very helpful. Mrs. Corral here in the booth today, always a great companion, but also does a good job and is helpful as well in a number of ways. So we thank everybody involved, and we say good luck and looking forward to state tournament action as the Lady Wildcats season continues. And it's been our pleasure to bring it to you. And thanks to our many sponsors, especially those who have stepped up and are supporting our teams from Lee County in the playoffs this weekend and moving on into the state tournament next week. So thanks to our sponsors. Thanks to Tiff Stuber for monitoring the game today, letting me know about video and audio, and we're very happy to be here. I'm thrilled to be here and thrilled that this was a 13-0 no-hit shutout for Daphne Urahara and the Lovington Lady Cats here at Wildcat Field. 13-0 your final score. I'm Dawn Morgan saying so long. Thanks very much. And to our visitors from Moriarty, we hope that they will enjoy their time here in Lovington and safe travels back. That's going to wrap things up here at Wildcat Field. You've been listening and watching to Lady Wildcat State Playoff Softball on Lee County News and Sports YouTube and hobbsamerica.com. Good day, everybody.